Dr. Ratzinger, Dr. Ratzinger, Dr. Ratzinger, is here.
Good evening, Noel Gallagher.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi,
What time is it? 6:15 in the morning?
It's 17 minutes past 5.
Oh, and you're going to go out soon, are you?
It's Bangkok, baby.
I bet that's not the first and last time you'll be using that sentence.
Indeed.
When did you land?
I think it was this morning. Yeah, this morning.
And was it a good flight?
It was brilliant. Yeah. Well, always is in first class, isn't it?
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, I did waste 3 hours watching that ludicrous film, Prometheus. What a load of rubbish.
I could have told you that before you watched it.
Yeah, well...
You could have watched American Pie, the reunion.
No, I'm not into any of that nonsense.
Okay.
Prometheus, though, nonsense. That's my review for you.
Let's talk about your team tonight at the Bernabeu. Everyone's calling it now.
Yeah.
Where do we begin? How do we dissect? Let's talk about the starting lineup. No Lescott. That was a surprise for everyone, I think, wasn't it?
I thought the biggest surprise was Maicon playing, to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess if you're going to give a kid his debut, the Bernabeu is not the place to do it. But you know what? The current trend for managers is they always seem to play the next game. You know what I mean? So we've got Arsenal Sunday. So do you know what I mean? I'm not sure whether he's got that in mind. But it was a bit of a weird one. But I thought the lad, the Stasic, he did pretty well. He get the ball away a couple of times. But I thought for a debut, I thought he's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought he acquitted himself well, didn't look out of place, and I don't think you can look back over the game and say that was where the mistakes were made, and that's where the goals come from. I want to go back to Maicon. You mentioned that. He is a very experienced player, but hasn't really played that many games under Mancini. Big game player. He's played in league games before, but the problem I felt was when he came off.
I mean, Maicon, with all the best will in the world, it's an odd signing for me. Do you know what I mean? I think Zabaleta has proved himself in that position towards the end of last season. I don't know why Zabaleta didn't start, but I was screaming for Maicon to come off actually because I just thought Ronaldo would run at him, and he's not got much pace anymore, Maicon. But I think
I just looked at the goal, the winning goal. There were a catalogue of errors. I know Joe Hart will hold his hands up. Zabaleta, I don't know what he's doing there. Don't let him come inside. Vincent Kompany's got to come across, and then Joe Hart. And you look at that. Man City do not concede those type of goals.
No, well, Vinny will be disappointed he ducked out of it. Joe will be disappointed it's gone underneath him. But all that being said, I mean, you see Mourinho celebrating it. He's celebrating it like he's won the trophy itself. You know what I mean? Which tells its own story. So I think, although being a plucky loser, it's not good enough for City anymore. Do you know what I mean? All that being said, that was a great game. It was like a final. You know what I mean? And we've not been knocked out. It was like it's the first game of the group stages. You look at what Mourinho's done. He celebrated it like Inter. He celebrated when Inter Milan beat Barcelona. So it tells its own story there. But I thought the first 15 minutes, this is going to be a bloodbath. You know what I mean? And Joe's kept us in the game. So, but then after that, I thought we gave as good as we got, and I thought we were in it for long periods. And then, but I agree with some of the previous callers. If you're 2-1 up with 5 minutes left, you've got to see that out. You have to see that game out by hook or by crook. Take a few bookings, whatever it is. But
whose fault is that? Is that the lack of experience or the lack of success? Maybe is a better way of saying it. With regards to Mancini in Europe, do you think, no?
I don't think anybody, apart from the lad who made his debut and a couple of the other players, are lacking experience in Europe. Do you know what I mean? It's just, look, Arsenal have been chipping away at the Champions League for all their lives. They've never won it. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea have only won it once in the last 10 years. So, you need a little bit of luck, and we've not gone out tonight. We've put ourselves, even by losing, we've put ourselves back on the European map. I thought they did us proud. I thought we deserved at least something out of that game. For the way we hung in there in the first 20 minutes, and the way we took it to him in the second half, and if we'd have come away and won, people would have said, well, we thoroughly deserved it. If we'd have come away with a point, you'd have said that as well. But you know, this is Real Madrid. It's in the Bernabeu. You know what I mean? You don't. You know, you've got to play it out till the end. And there's no blame apportioned there to anybody, I think, tonight. You know what I mean? There's bad defending for a couple of goals, but, you know, you get that in every game, don't you?
I was going to ask you about that, because you and I spoke via the gift of text before the game. I thought there'd be lots of goals. You didn't. At half-time, you were right, there were none. All 5 goals came in the second half. Are you worried as a City fan when you look at how many goals your team have conceded so far this season? I think I might say they haven't had one clean sheet yet.
No, we've conceded, I think, 15 goals already. Yeah, that is a worry. It might be something to do with the new system. I don't know. It might be something to do with the fact that Nigel's gone off to Inter Milan. I don't know. It's just very, very unlike City to be conceding all that. I mean, we conceded the previous 8 games to the start of this season. We conceded, like, 4 goals or something. We were running in for the title. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure whether it's a hangover from last season. I don't know. We've not really got into gear yet. But I mean, you know, got to help everybody else when we do, because we're not playing that bad.
I don't think this is a disaster. You look at the Ajax,
No.
Ajax and Dortmund, who are 2 other teams in the group. I think it's going to come down to 2 games: Dortmund at home, Dortmund away. How you get on those 2 games, if you win at home and draw away, I think they could be the 2 games that define whether you'll get out of this group or not.
Well, I think last season the result that done us was drawing at home to Napoli.
Yes.
I think if we win all our home games,
yes,
and we pick up points on the road, we're all right. And trust me, when you see Mourinho sliding on his knees, he knows he's been in a game, and he ain't daft. And we took it to them, and well, like I say, losing is not enough. It's not enough now for City just to say, we played great, and wasn't it great in the Bernabeu, blah, 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 and all that. We've still got to see that kind of stuff out. But, you know, they know they were in a game tonight. That felt like a final, so I was kind of watching it. It was a strange atmosphere. I was watching it in some bar to the soundtrack of high-energy versions of Adele's album. So there's no commentary, so you kind of just keep, and every time you clapping there, go on, Yaya, you know, loads of birds are standing up. Well, some of them are birds anyway. But, you know, you're kind of like thinking, well, I wonder what's been said on the commentary, but it just felt like a final. We were all sitting there thinking, there's nothing really riding on this game. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like we live to fight another day, and I thought we were great in spells, and I thought Madrid were great in spells as well. Let's not forget them. It's not like we've gone there and we're playing Montpellier and we've blown it. We're playing Real Madrid here in their own backyard. They're one of the best teams in Europe. Yeah. You know, that kid Ronaldo scored 150 goals the last year and a half. You know, so let's put it into perspective here. You know, saying all that, we should have won that game.
We're watching it again, actually. They're playing, we don't have any, like, Bangkok chick boys in the studio with us, which is strange for a Tuesday, but...
It's a shame. I mean, you know, every studio should have at least 1 or 2.
Last Tuesday, different story.
Oh, we had too many. We had too many. But we're just watching it again, and you mentioned Joe Hart's brilliant 2 saves at the top of the game, and I'm just curious as to Benzema's goal. It beat him in the near post, and also the last goal as well. I mean, was he to blame for that? Before the game, you wouldn't know, but before the game, Ashley Cole tweeted he thinks Joe Hart's the best goalkeeper in the world, and bearing in mind that his teammate is Petr Cech, that was some statement.
Well, I think he's definitely up there. I think if you look at the way that Casillas went down for Dzeko's finish, it was just like, what's he doing? Yeah. You know, I think I've got to say I'd give Joe the benefit of the doubt, because when Benzema scored that goal, we all said great finish. We all said great finish, and Joe doesn't make that many mistakes. And you know, it reminded me of the goal
against Liverpool, actually, the one that Suarez scored. It just crept in that post, the free kick.
You've got to say great finish. There was a bit of bend on the ball. He's kind of got it covered. It's like, you know, it's like the goal Yaya scored at Newcastle in the title run-in. You know what I mean? The first goal he scores from the edge of the area. It's a great finish. You know, I mean, you've got to hold your hands up. You know, I thought, you know, Mourinho's substitutions worked perfectly, as did Mancini's. Bringing Dzeko on was a masterstroke. You know, and I thought it was a great game between 2 pretty evenly matched teams, but they've got the best player in the world, and they're at home, and they're Real Madrid, and we're little Man City, who 13 years ago this weekend were playing Chesterfield.
Yeah,
you know, so
mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
And just a quick
It
one
was
as
a
well.
great game. It was great for my team.
It was
to
a
be
proper
involved in a
Champions League
like
game.
that.
Yeah,
Take
proper,
it.
proper
Yeah,
Champions
it was
League game.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And just a quick word about
was
Yaya
brilliant.
Touré again, who was immense for Man City, wasn't he?
A beast, just a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I liked him playing further up the pitch in the first half. I think that's his position. I mean, who are we to tell Mancini how to run a football club?
Do you know what? We were talking about this earlier on, and Jay was talking about the game where he watched. Was it Barca at the Bridge?
Yes.
And he was playing centre half. He was marking Drogba, and Jay just said, from a defender's point of view, that's probably one of the best performances he's ever seen.
Against Didier Drogba, had him totally dominated him.
I think he is without doubt, if you're talking about a complete footballer, take Messi and Ronaldo out of the equation, if you're talking about a complete footballer, he's definitely in the top 3 in the world. On his day, he's incredible. He's incredible. You know, if he could just score he scores goals, but he should have scored at Stoke on Saturday, and he should have buried one tonight. But he's when he smashes through the defence and he puts Dzeko in. I mean, he's a beast. He's a beast.
He's all round play. He's remarkable. Just want to talk about Mancini. His record in Champions League and in European football as a manager isn't particularly great. Now Manchester City have.
All right, well, I'll stop you there, and I'll say neither is Arsene Wenger's.
No, but now he's moved up a level. I'm talking about managing Manchester City here. Now he's moved up a level, and we know what these owners are like. I've had it at Chelsea. Once they move on to one level, you've then got to move up to the next one. And I wonder if Manchester City do struggle in the Champions League this season, where it doesn't matter what he's done in the league, will Man City feel as though that's the next step up?
Well, I think Mourinho gave the owners a gentle reminder this afternoon, didn't he?
I agree. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
You know, because he knows what he's saying, and he's saying, if that's what you want, I'm available. Is basically what he said this afternoon. And I don't know. I mean, you'd have to speak to the owners. I think that the Champions League is the long game. I just can't see us. I think we'll get out of the group this season. I can see us getting to the quarter-final, and I don't think Mancini's record has got any. I mean, you know, Arsene Wenger's never won it, and he's one of the greatest managers that ever was. You know what I mean? So we don't have a divine right to win that competition. We don't have a divine right to win it. You know, nobody does, and it just shows you tonight. You know, it just shows you tonight. It's like you've got to play to. You know. Let's credit Madrid here, right? They were, at times in that game, were brilliant. And we stood up to them in the first half. I thought with our shape, I thought we defended brilliantly, and our goalkeeper was immense. And I thought we grew into the game. And, you know, with a little bit more nous and a little bit more killing the game, we could have won that game. And we'd now be sat here, you know, saying it was a marker put down, like the 6-1 against United, and we could go on and win it and all that. But, you know, games turn. Great players win games. Ronaldo was a great player.
Yeah.
I just wonder whether Arsenal's ambitions aren't the same as Manchester City's. I think as a football club, I think their ambitions are far greater than Arsenal's.
Well, Man City's?
Yeah.
Well, our kit is.
Hey, no, listen, thank you so much for coming on as always.
No worries, man.
Well, just before you go, what's your schedule like then? How long are you over in Bangkok for, and where do you go next, and so on?
I'm here for 3 days, and then I'm off to Singapore on Sunday, doing some at the Grand Prix, and then I'm off to Hong Kong, Taiwan. If you need any electric goods when I'm over there, give us a shout. And then I'm back. But now I've got a little tut-tut outside. I'm going to go and eat some cockroach satay.
Oh, that sounds...
Is that a euphemism?
Is that her name?
That's his name, yeah. I think it's a he anyway.
No,
He's got lovely hands.
Are they hairy?
Yeah,
check out the Adam's
hairy
apple.
ones, yeah. You're a star, mate. Thank you so much for coming on, pal, and staying up as well, and enjoy your time in Bangkok.
Oh, well, it's very difficult not to, trust me.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, Noel.
See you later, man.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.